Update come. Yes, I'm talking about Serwaa scandal. We be like right now, some new players enter the game. We're one of the prominent players we they feature for this game inside. Be one our own girls perfect, Nanaba Anamwa. Where if you know say if these two forces join, then problem they paradise. And these force have been able to get the state, a whole state, to chase after Henry Fitz. So ask me, then you they talk right now. The state they look for Henry Fitz giddy. But Henry Fitz say, what for here? No, he no go gree. And he has been making some very wild allegations, making mention Serwaa Amihere, name all. By the time we finish this matter, go into the nitty-gritties, we would see whether we need reason to cancel Serwaa Amihere or not. All on Sauce and Pepper. Don't go anywhere. Stick and stay. Serwaa Amihere. We would all agree that she has a
Serwaa Amihere.
I'm here. Okay. we would all agree she has some level of influence in society, and when she speaks, people listen. But now there's a scandal that is coming out.
She's not all that.
Well, there's a scandal that is coming out that is showing your sexual escapades and how things that fuel your lifestyle and all that. So how then do we listen to
before
a person like that?
Let me make a disclaimer, please. I am going back on all the words I said in the previous videos before the details of the
Yes, so in case you haven't watched our previous episode on Serwaa Amihere, please do make sure
Why you put this on in your client?
I was all about she's working hard, so people are hating on her, and there's no problem with her. No.
Okay, that was
after
before.
hearing the details of that video, please.
Well, we'll come to the details of the video.
That was before you were furnished with further and better particulars.
Yes. So what do you make of this? How do we listen to a person like this?
Well, look, I am not one who judges what people do in their privacy or the privacy of their homes or away from what they do professionally. That's important for me. Or away from what they do publicly that I consume. So I'm not one of the people who will be overly judgmental or quick to judge when things like this happen. That's why the first video, it reflected our true position or original position on the Serwaa incident, given the facts we knew at the time. Now, after that show, further details have come to the fore, which is rapidly changing my opinion about this particular case. I feel that Serwaa, for me, and whoever is involved in this has crossed several lines, and the lines she's crossed are not only about a young pretty lady sleeping with a married man.
Okay.
If nobody can hang Serwaa because of that, because now the side chick syndrome is a stay. It's now a constant.
It reminds me
in our society.
Serwaa
Adabla, yes. She owned her side chickism head on, full breast and full chest.
Went to court.
So, people like that you can respect.
Right.
But the people you cannot respect are people who try to portray a certain personality publicly, and then what they do privately is way contradictory to what they try to project. And I go back to my case. This is not about Serwaa sleeping with a married man. It is the nature of it, the circumstances under which it was done, with other developments, that makes me think that she's crossed a lot of lines. So where do we start from? So that's the argument on the morality part.
Right.
I think there are, even though we live in a society where the moral bar is quite low now, there has to be a bar regardless, and that is that, if you permit me to go into it straight away, is that one, a lady who appears to adore you, right, so much that she tells her prospective husband to go pay whatever it is, because at the time, prospective potential, the same word, to dole out enough money to entice you and motivate you to come MC the most important day of her life. And she insisted that because she's your fan, she believes in all the things you stand for, you should come and MC her wedding. And from what we are hearing, that it wasn't cheap. So if this lady has not done anything for you, she has actually put food on your table. That is not the place to come and get what how do you call it? people when women go out with married men? That's not the place to come, and that's not the grounds for you to what's the name, sleep with the husband or have any form of relationship with the husband.
But she found a financier.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you draw the line. And I argue that, look, I'm not comparing her to like people on the women on the street or prostitutes or anything, but even to that extent, there are some ethics.
But what if it's the man that was, you know, making advances?
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. That even if the man is making advances at you, the circumstances should push you to act differently. Just in this particular case, I'm saying that even prostitutes on the street to say, oh, one, maybe this is a married man, this is his last. No, wait, I'm coming. A prostitute can say this a married man, this is the last money he has on him. You know, sometimes prostitutes have conversations. Actually, when you listen to prostitutes when they are having interviews and all of that, they'll tell you that, oh, like when she went out with this man, she didn't do anything with him. It was just conversation. Right? Yeah. It was just, and then from then on, she realized that what the man needs is not her services, but just a listening ear, and that is what she gives him. Or they can say that, look, I'm on the path to hell already, so there are some things I won't do. Like, they have certain boundaries. Right. That's to the extreme.
Ethics.
So you know, believe.
So I think she crossed the line, and she wasn't fair to the woman at all. And the fact that the man was spending 2,500. Now there's new details as to the fact that the money was not given directly to Serwaa. It was used to pay hotel bills and all of that. Regardless, that is money coming out of this married man's pocket. You know, who you got in touch with because the wife insisted that you come and grace their occasion. I mean, that is the first line that shouldn't be crossed. And there are more lines there.
Say, what do you make of this? For someone like Serwaa, who is always advising young people, you know, work hard.
I want someone to go on a hands on Twitter to go and just do a whole slideshow. A slideshow of all her tweets of her trying to push people to work hard. And there's one that said, you can do it on your own. You're an independent, strong woman. And
I remember I saw one of her posts that says, if you earn a certain amount, there's no need for you to leave the country.
Of course,
of
that, you know?
For her, she's comfortable.
Yeah, you know. and now all of this is coming out.
So many people have been suggesting. That is what we said in the other post, like the other to that. So many people have always been suggesting that this is what these people have been doing. And when I say these people, all the names that are coming up in the story.
Our girls preferred is also in there.
So many people have been suggesting, so many people have been questioning it. But you know how, for me, because in our, like where we find ourselves, once you're a woman and you're coming up and you're doing well, people always assume that that is what you are doing. I definitely give it the benefits of the doubt that it's probably not true. She's probably just getting lots of hate.
Yeah, I remember how you defended her on that.
She's getting probably like a lot of hate because of that. But to be fair, there's so many other women who are working hard and are getting that hate.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she just muddies the water for everybody. Because now every single hard-working woman will be questioned and looked at under magnifying glass.
But this won't be the first time.
No,
a woman of such, you know, caliber has gone through a scandal.
This is the first time.
No, but for what is happening?
No reference.
As in with evidence. Okay. So with the evidence coming is what is hitting. It's always been hearsay, and this is what we think they are doing.
So where the dichotomy comes from is what she's doing. If we're talking about Serwaa, who was on the Tales from a Powder Room or Tales of a Powder. I don't know how they call that show.
Yes, as in those
If she
entertainment
was
fun
there,
lifestyle shows.
if she was that personality, it wouldn't be too much of a shocker. But she's
her moving into news and political space.
Yes, formal. She's launched her clothing line. She's doing business emceeing for business
An
stuff.
NGO.
I don't think anybody who has that personality and
Has
in
found
that line
themselves
of
in
work.
such scandals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
So say just wrap
That's
up,
the
and then we'll
problem.
come to brand association.
So there's this guy on Twitter, Nuhu Adams, who posted something. Yes, I think yesterday we got new information on how we've been hearing that the guy, it was the wife who wanted, as in the fiancé who wanted them to MC her wedding, as in Serwaa and another MC, but when the guy even went to GH1, the reception he got because of his look, but serious, when you look at the guy, if you don't really see, if you don't know him, you might think he's just this regular people on this because he's very lanky. He's very lanky, and he dresses down a lot. So I think
don't look like they are money.
It doesn't look like his money.
Right.
Apparently, this is all things that are coming out from the case. Apparently, the guy wasn't really treated well because of that. Then they made him wait for over 3 hours. And then when he was leaving, they realized actually the guy is going to sit in some Range Rover. Okay, maybe he might have money. So then they call him back. And then he was able to commit $3,000.
But if this is true,
but I believe he can have that money because there's one of the things that came out that said he gave every single guest $100 because it was a destination wedding. So at least he's footing some of your transportation bill to his destination wedding. Right. So it's not the time. I'm sure because he would have what Mr. Chris mentioned, he would definitely have said, well, it's my wife who is a fan of you and she wants you to all those details would have been given. Then now for me, it makes me realize, because the first time the thing came out, I was like, the ex-boyfriend, why is he showering money on her on the dance floor at his wife's wedding? It didn't make sense to me. When the details came that this affair was after the wedding, then now made sense, because no correct woman will want her husband's ex at her wedding. Yeah. So you can imagine the betrayal the wife felt when she realized that. One, their marriage fell because there's rumor that the guy already had a wife. That's one. Okay. The guy was already married to somebody else before he married this new wife that had the destination wedding and all the Maybach car that was given. Maybach. That's her first betrayal from the man, that he was already married and came to marry him. So their marriage would be annulled. Then two, she realized that my role model or somebody I'm a big fan of that I introduced into my husband's life. This is just like your best friend stabbing you in the back. Yeah. It's having an affair, and this is not a 2 months affair. This is not a one-time affair. This is a 1.5 year affair.
It's not good.
Are you kidding me?
That's
And then on that base, you come into it that you come into it that who said hard work doesn't pay? Look at me.
Yeah. That's for hard work. She's been working hard in the bed.
Like the question of, so is she a role model? That's the question that we answer, that she's still a role model. It makes you question, because there's so many people who are being pressured. People keep saying, don't let celebrities pressure you, but that is what they are. Yeah. They are influencing people's behavior. There's this young lady that is working so hard, trying to look like Serwaa Amihere, trying to reach Serwaa Amihere. So it's actually good that all this scandal is happening, so people can learn that not everything you see on Twitter, on Facebook, on Meta, it's through what you don't understand it fully.
Indeed, not all that.
So I like where she landed, which is that the fact that she influences behavior. Right. We are all marketers. We work for an agency, so we understand what influencer marketing is, and the fact that you are getting someone who has the ability to change people's behavior towards in a particular direction, and you are using that influence or that power to influence their behavior towards your product, right? So if you are going to choose an influencer, you have to choose one that suits one, your product, your brand positioning, and then two, the market segment or
Has
the
influence.
consumer segment that you want to influence.
Okay.
So that's the second line said. So this is the episodes of the lines. Because this is the second line Serwaa has crossed, which is that the type of brands she works with,
Right.
and the type of people she influences. So she has a paper tissue brand, which even in their communication, she's portrayed as an auntie. She has a little girl there and all of that. That should tell you the brand is trying to influence the family unit, from the mother to the child, right? And they found her as the suitable influencer. Now, when you take the personality and in the context of what has happened today, is this person a proper influencer for such a brand? So you see, when you say cancel, or when brands pull, their contracts with you, and then people call for that to be done, sometimes it's not in a vacuum. Maybe if we're in a country where she could influence alcohol or influence Live It Up, nobody cares, type of brands, nobody will even mind.
Yeah.
Even if she was influencing, she was doing influencer marketing for a brand, wigs and dresses and all, nobody cares. But all the brands that are trying to influence the family unit and all of that, then she will not be a match.
Right.
You get my point.
Okay.
And when we are drafting contracts for things like that,
Katia.
Yes.
She's influencing Top Choco.
Yes, you see,
These
so
are
there
all
are so many family
centered
brands there. So that's the part. So these things, they're so sensitive.
Of course, before the brand would associate with them, with her or with an influencer, some of these things are done in the dark.
Okay.
If this scandal had not happened today or in the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks we've been talking about it, wouldn't have known anything. Like it would all have been hearsay.
Yeah.
And then people like me I still believe that so many women working hard that men just assume they are sleeping around. That's how I would have said it. That let's forget it, because look at what her boss even said when the scandal started. That those in Serwaa's DMs asking her to clarify this thing, they don't have the time and day for such rubbish. So from the beginning, her boss rubbished the whole thing.
Yeah.
But when data and evidence started dropping, they've been silent until yesterday when EIB released a statement claiming they are doing an independent investigation. But they still kept her on air. I don't think GTV would have done that. Among all the TV stations that have this brand media personalities or journalists becoming brand influencers and being celebrities, you don't see that in GTV. It's not that the GTV people cannot do that.
It's a family traditional brand.
Yes, GTV is a brand that is following journalism to the last dot of it. And that brings me to the write-up with the...
Yes.
That brings me to Kofi Chase. He's a blogger, right? His post on what journalists are supposed to do and why there should be a difference between a journalist and a celebrity. Now, it's a long post, so if anybody's listening, you can just go and search him. He's a blogger. You find him on Facebook. You can read the post. And so many people have retweeted the post and given him credit, because what he said makes so much sense for me. I never even thought of it from that angle that said journalists should not be celebrities, because clear example is what Mr. Kwe said. When a certain water brand had an issue with their product and FDA even requested for a recall, a journalist who was a brand influencer for that brand came to say, let's not worry, this brand is a family brand, they do lots of donations to the society and all that. They are putting the brand success over the safety of the public, which does not make sense, because you as a journalist, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be going with your cameras and all that to try to find out what is happening. Go to FDA and find out, okay, so what does it mean to the consumer? They couldn't do that. Wow. An example is what Kofi Chase said in the post. Imagine MTN.
She misinformed the public, and the brand had to now issue a statement to dissociate themselves from the attempted over-spirited defense.
Yeah.
It's only money motivation that can make a journalist do an
because if imagine
overspirited
today,
defense more than what the brand themselves would do to
I think
defend
there are so many journalists that are doing brand influencing today, and he clearly makes it look like it's actually a frowned upon thing because you become biased. For example, Kwame Sefakan cannot say anything politically objective anymore.
Or say something that people
that I would take as politically objective. Paul Adumoch, in fact, he has made himself an MPP person.
Talking about
stagnant.
Adumoch, I want us to look at, we'll wrap up on this, the legal battles that is going on right now. And Paul's case, he's a legal brain. And what he is saying is that, you paid Fitz, Henry Fitz the first time, paid him the second time. Now the third time you don't want to pay, you've gone to report him.
The court document doesn't say so.
Right now.
No, I want to clarify that the court document said they were asked to pay 5,000 on the 3rd of December. It never said they paid it, but it was the one they paid in April, which is the 20,000. Immediately after they paid it was when the video was leaked. It never said they paid the first 5,000.
So now what his argument is that now you've taken this thing to court.
She took it to the police. The police has taken it to court.
Now the times when you've paid these amounts, it makes you an accomplice. So
that's what I'm saying. So per the court document, she didn't pay. So we can't go on that tangent because the court documents never said she paid the first one. I want to read it.
Okay, read it. And then your final take.
The details of the matter. It says complainant in the case is a media personality, chair, whatever. It says on the 3rd of December 2023, the complainant's makeup artist called to inform her that someone had texted her demanding an amount of 5,000 Ghana cedis with the pretext that he had the complainant's nude pictures. The said amount should be sent to an MTN mobile number which bears so and so. It never said they paid it. Okay. On the 2nd of April 2024, another MTN number called and demanded an amount of 20,000 Ghana cedis to be sent within a minute, or else the videos will be launched. Okay. And he succeeded in taking the ransom, still went ahead to post. So it is only the one that was paid. The details of the matter from what we've read from court is only the 20,000 that we can confidently say was paid.
Okay.
Because he said that he succeeded in taking that ransom. And they never said they paid the first one. But yes, she paid the 20,000. Her being part of it is being the one to take the video. That's part. She's part of it. I don't even know why they are not dealing with that part.
That's even criminal.
That's also criminal.
So we'll wait and see the verdict of the court. Criminal.
Okay, so on the court case, she went to report that someone is trying to blackmail her and with her nude video. But I remember the last time we did a show here, we got an expert opinion on legal opinion on what it's considered to have nude pictures or how pornographic material. And apparently you, the one who even took the video, even with the intent for personal use, has committed a crime.
Yeah.
So how is it that she who has committed a crime is reporting someone else for a crime? Let's see how the Ghana, because she should also be arrested and questioned for why she even took the video in the first place. This is just like this. It's like the package all over again. You now, double jeopardy. But I do not condone the whole blackmail and all that. That's part of it. I really want the truth out of it. Is it Henry Fitz that's trying to blackmail? Why? Like, with all the money they claim he has, what has happened to his world? Why is he trying to blackmail Serwaa for 20,000 Ghana cedis?
Yeah.
I really want the details of that.
I think those are very fair and legit questions.
Yeah.
So
this story is not dying now, Charlie.
Now that it's gone to a court there, that one is forever.
Like the Serwaa Amihere case took us a whole year and it still came back.
Yeah, thinking about that. That one crazy like a good move on the part of Serwaa, because this thing will be in the news for a very long time.
And to talk about it being in the news, GH1 has actually gone to fuel it more in the news. GH1 has gone to fuel it more in the news by showing the court documents and Serwaa's face and Henry Fitz's face. And you know, all along, all this thing has been happening on social media. So our mothers and her aunties will not know anything about it, she could still have been a very good brand ambassador for her brands, because they, like, the market women don't know what's happening on social media that much. But now that they have gone to put her face and going to say all this, now they'll be asking questions.
Yes.
They said, oh, what was in case, no? Like, seriously, GH1 as a brand.
Someone on social media said the mother now.
I'm sure the person just exaggerating.
What
But,
else?
like, seriously,
So what
GH1 as a brand should pull her off TV. That's the least they could do. For some time. Because how are you saying you are doing an independent investigation? This person is still on air every single day. Like, pull her off.
Yeah.
Even for her herself, her sanity.
She's not going to pull her off. They are not going to pull her off. Because the person who will pull her off herself is the one who is collecting fridge for some other distance.
Oh my God.
So
Allegedly.
who is going to? Yeah, I said the person who will pull her off. So is it Bolari?
Oh, please.
So, do you agree that Serwaa should be pulled off TV? Should she be cancelled? Well, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And whilst you're doing that, don't forget to subscribe. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Sauce and Pepper. Thank you for watching.